A woman don't commit adultery by mistake. It is you who opened the door. It is you who break the edge and let the people who say they just committed adultery by mistake. You cannot commit adultery by mistake. You cannot have sexual sin by mistake. Don't say that. You start by talking to the person, then you're creating a bond. You're creating a bond, you're talking to the person, and gradually you start getting close to the person, and gradually you start being in secluded area with the person. And you know that you're being starved, you're vulnerable, you're being starved of this thing. Victory like me. If you want God's blessings like mine, if you want to always smile in your challenges like me, I've gone through a lot. Shit, God. I've gone through a lot, but in all of it, the Lord keeps bringing me out. He keeps bringing me out. I go dance in the rain, and the Lord give me sunshine. He gives me summer. He gives me blossoming flowers. I can't thank Him enough. If you want to be like me, if you want to have those things, if you want God to keep smiling, if you want grace, if you want mercy to keep speaking for you, if you want blessings of the Lord to keep pursuing you, to keep chasing you and overtaking you and engulfing you, you have to love God. My name is Augusta Good. I just want to make a very quick video. This is not the most beautiful of attire or the most brightest of place. No ring light, nothing. In fact, I'm still on my PJ. I came to Aldi. Look at that. I came to Aldi to get something. But while I was coming on my way, this thought, this is not really a thought, I would say an admonition keep coming to my head, and I decide to talk to women about it, because I've heard a lot about married women who go about doing some ungodly things because their husband is not doing the right thing. The white man says, 2 wrongs cannot make a right. 2 wrongs cannot make a right. I look back to my marriage when I was still married. I look back and I thought of some things. You know, while I was married, I and my husband, my ex-husband now, hardly have this intimacy. We hardly have intimacy. It's difficult. Not that it's difficult, we don't just have intimacy. There was no provision for that. That's the word. There was no provision for that. And then sometimes I stay for like 6 months, 1 year, and there will be no intimacy, you know. Sometimes you get it once in a year. Sometimes you get it once in a couple of months. So it's not something that comes frequently. I am talking of real mama and papa thing though. I'm not even talking about holding hands, kissing. That doesn't accept. Who want that shoe? Who does shoe that? So it's something that I don't get regularly, like the way other people get it. And then I actually thought it was maybe just me or just a few women. But as I grow older, as I speak to people, as I go around, I grow older, as I talk to people, I now saw that it was not peculiar to me. Lots of women are married and they are not being intimate. They and their husband are not intimate. And some women has resulted to like having it elsewhere. Somebody said in one video I saw, she said, I think it was Mama T of Worry, something like somebody, I think she was the one. She said, married women now are not more promiscuous than the single ladies. I want to tell you guys something. You see this body not be firewood, but this body, you can tame it. You can tell this body what to do. You can condition, the psychologists call it conditioning. You can condition this body to do what you want this body to do. What am I trying to say? You don't get intimate with your husband. There is no intimacy in your marriage, and you decide to still continue in the marriage, because to some people that is not enough to break their marriage. I was there for a long time like that. That was not what actually broke my own marriage. What brought my marriage down was a collection of a lot of things. So let's leave that now. let me speak on the topic, on the subject matter. So you can condition your body. You can condition your body to do what you want your body to do. Before you pause, before you log out, or before you go off this video, I need to tell you something. I just need to tell you something. When you make a commitment to do something, I am this kind of person. When I promise to do something, when I vow to do something, vow too strong. Promise, ordinary promise, like, okay, I'll do it. It's strong to me. I take my words strong. My words are strong to me. So that's why I don't talk anyhow. I don't speak anyhow, because I hold my words strong. So when I make a promise to be with somebody, I'm not talking about marriage, I'm talking about ordinary relationship, I hold it strong. Not to talk of marriage. When I vow to say, I want to be with you, for you are alone, me and you alone, kinika, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, it's only you, my body this, and my body. It's not just a common vow, you take it serious. So, when you say such words, you have to hold it strong. Because these are the things that you come to God with. These are the things that you come to God with. These are the things I came to God with. Say, him who must come to equity must come with a clean hand, or must come with clean hands. If you want to go to God in prayers, if you want to go to God to talk about your marriage, to speak about your marriage, to talk about your children, to ask or to say anything, you should be going with a pure heart, with a clean heart, to say, my hands are clean. Oh, my shani. Oh Lord, my hands are clean. You said this concerning me. You said that concerning me. Because I was speaking to somebody this morning, and she was like, not speaking, like we were texting. So she saw something and she wanted to like congratulate me, and we were texting, and she was like, you know that I always like wonder how you are so happy, how you come out so happy, how you're always full of smiles. I come out so happy because I am free. Nobody say I don't get challenges. So nobody will no human will no get challenges. I do get my door time. I do get my times when if I use the layman word, I would say depression, when I wouldn't want to come out, when I wouldn't want to talk to anybody. I do get those times. But majority of my time, like I would say 90% of my time, I'm happy. I'm happy because I'm happy in Christ. That's the word I would say. I'm happy. I'm not being religious here. I'm not, because if you've been my follower, you know I used to say, if you've been my subscriber, you know I used to say something that I am not God's most righteous child, but I happen to be one of God's best children. When I say I am not God's most righteous child, that suggests that I am not without sin. I'm also a sinner like you. But I just find grace. His mercies just speak for me. But you know the Bible says we should not continue in sin, that grace may abound. Not because grace day, we would do baba thing every time. So let's go back. You're married and you're married. Until you are out of that marriage, I'm not saying until you're separated though, until the marriage is broken, like it don't break. Is either your bride price has been returned, or you've gone to court to share water, gari, or whatever, or you've gone to court to like do a divorce, you are still somehow tied to that person. As a woman, when you're married, you are married. Even if you are separated, if you want to be free to do other things, my dear, go and return your bride price. Or try to do the court one. Just do something to make this thing, to make your coming before God easy. I am not God though, but I'm trying to tell you that in my time, I came to God with clean hands. Like, God, in my marriage, I never did anything, no. Like, I didn't commit adultery in my marriage. I'm an Anisha woman, you know, go even try I'm as an Anisha woman. When I know in my generation, because I don't know what Gen Zs are doing now, because I heard that Gen Z's own are different from the one that we did. So, I'm an Anisha woman, first of all. I can't even try it. So I come to God with clean hands to say, God, when I was married, I never committed adultery. Even when I was separated, I never did anything until my marriage was out. Until Oga went to Nigeria and decided to do a divorce. Even after he did a divorce, I didn't date anybody until my bride price was returned. My uncle used to say one thing. My mother's brother used to say something. He said, don't ever do anything. When I say do anything, I'm not talking about intercourse. In my place, there's a strong tie about marriage. There are a lot of things that you do as an Isha woman that will be considered adultery. They will say, oh, Fiora, she has committed adultery. She has done something that she's not supposed to do. A lot of things, like collecting money from a man that is not your husband, like going too close to a man that is not your husband. I'm not talking about intercourse. So my uncle used to tell me then, Augusta, no, until your bride price is returned, don't do anything that is considered sacrilegious. You know, cut my tongue on your face. That is considered an abomination. Don't do it. Madam, you're in a marriage and the man is not being intimate with you. That is not a license. Yes, you did something to make you feel good. It's not a license, so you've done something wrong in the sight of God. However, you are not the worst. So you can say, God, please forgive me, and you still do the right thing. And you stop doing the wrong thing. If you're done with the marriage, break the marriage. If you're done with the marriage, let the right things, do the right thing. Do the right things. So that when you're dealing with God, you will come with clean hands. When you're dealing with God, it will be easy for you to communicate with God. It will be easy for you to make demands. I make demands. Even the ones I make demands and the ones I don't make demand, God gets it done for me. I make demands. I'm a single mother with 4 children. My children, they don't go sick. My children are respectful. My children are well trained. I can boast of that. In the UK, I told myself, my children will not be part of the statistics. And with the help of God, I am doing it, or we are doing it. I am God. My children will not be part of the statistics. They are doing well. My life is oh my God, it's so smooth. My life is smooth. I don't know what your definition of smooth is, but the one I have, the little one I have, the little resources I have is enough for me. My life is smooth. I'm happy with my life. I'm happy with my life. God is doing so much that I can't even bring out to social media. God is doing so much that people call it ubunu. Things that hold your mouth, it go too big for you to pronounce. God is doing so much in my life that when I look back, I say, is this me? Now maybe this, sweetheart, adultery. See, oh dear Lord, somebody's. You get, when you do the right thing while you were in the marriage, you did all the right things. You see, I did not just wake up one day and say, I want this marriage to break. No, I did everything I know I could do. Don't just wake up and say, hey, you do this one, make a. You do this one, make a just they go. Hey, I can't continue in this marriage. My dear, street's not sweet, oh. Don't let anybody deceive you. Forget about those things you see on social media. Sweet, sweet, not street. Streets, not sweet. Don't just jump. Not like, but they gonna tell you. Don't just jump on the streets. Streets, not sweet. I wouldn't encourage anybody, male or female, to experience this thing called divorce. Divorce is unlifing, is dying, is dying. Divorce is hard. Yes, take it from me. Divorce is hard. Streets not sweet. Do everything you can do to keep your marriage. I am not saying stay in an abusive marriage. Listen to me. I am not saying remain in an abusive marriage. But I'm saying do everything that you can to keep your marriage. It is not sweet there. It is not easy out there. I'm not talking about sex, intimacy, That's not what I'm talking about. A whole lot. That if I decide to start doing videos on every segment or every comma that comes along on the street, I will finish this December. My video will not be finished, even if I'm doing 2 times a day. Street is not sweet. Is it with the kids? It's hard. With your own life, it's hard. With your community, yes, your community, your church, the people around you, the eye they used to look at you. Just accept it. When you are a divorced woman, there is this stigma. People attached to you. My child will call it passive-aggressive. It's just there. People may not see it, but you alone is seeing it. You know that, oh, it's because I'm not married. Oh, it's because there's no man in my... Oh, it's because there's no man around me. That's why this person behaved like this. That's why that person is behaving like that. That's why these people are behaving like this. They somehow segregate you. Somehow they push you to the corner. But don't let that push you to do you. I've got a tough skin. You don't have to, before you go, if they talk, I don't tell you, I'm divorced, I'm a single mother. It's not that I'm proud of it. No. But if I tell you the thing where they my body, where you go take curse me, you won't use that thing to insult me again because I already told you. If I war and you call, you want to have a confrontation with me, and I say, you see, not because of this my big nose or because I war. I've told you what you want to tell me. So, I know the insult in my body, so I've already told myself. So you cannot tell me again. I know I'm a divorced woman. So when I come in front and the first thing I want to hear from you is you trying to want to explain or want to passively, aggressively, or somehow want to tell me that this is who I am, I tell you first. Oh, do you know I'm a single mother of 4 children, 4 beautiful, brilliant children? I'm divorced. Before you start talking, I know they show you my children. Look at them. They are so good. This is that, la. It's not even easier. It's easier now because my life is on the internet. When you Google Augusta Gold and Grace Calling Ministries, you see us there. All the court case, everything is there. So it's not hidden. I'm not hiding my status. It's not hidden. So it's tough there. When people know you're divorced, there's this quiet thing they put around there for you. It's there. Will that make you remain in an abusive marriage? No. And that's not the topic of my talk today. I'm trying to say, women, please, stop adultery. Stop adultery. Stop adultery. It will spoil your prayers. You can't pray well. The devil will come and tell you, say, oh, you are praying. What are you praying for? You that is unclean. It makes you dirty. Even if the devil did not come to tell you, do not come to tell you, you feel dirty. Adultery makes you dirty. It makes you feel, not just feeling, it makes you dirty. It's real. It's a reality. And the man when they touch me, what's in I go do now? But it might be firewood. My dear, if you cannot be in the kitchen, if you cannot bear the heat, leave the kitchen. Adultery spoils you. It makes you dirty. It affects you. It affects the man. It affects your children. It affects your family. It affects your prayer. You will not be able to pray well. You will not be able to call on God. God will want to do some things for you. His hands will be tied because you have desecrated the place. I wouldn't be the one to say, you have desecrated the place. But you know, before everybody, see, there are some things that ordinarily we feel we cannot do. But when you condition your body and say, you see this thing, if I want to do something, like I'm really serious to do this thing, I speak it, I tell myself, I say it out. I'll say it out. The day I cut my ass discussing my sexuality with another lady, you know, in the UK, yes, let me tell you something now. In the UK, the walls are very thin. So whatever you're saying in one room, the person in the other room may be hearing. That day, I was hearing everything that he was saying. And then I went to him and said, if I ever come to you again, to ask of intimacy, know that it's not Stephen that gave birth to me. When I say a word like that, I mean it. How can you be discussing your wife with another lady, another woman? When I say a word like that, I mean it. I am not here to tarnish my ex. No, he's the father of my kids. I don't want to speak anything about him. Yeah. He's not all that bad. He has his own good parts. So my YouTube channel is not about him. It's about me. It's not about my children. It's about me. It's not a family blog. It's Augusta Gold. Read, check them. Augusta Gold is me. So when I say something and say, this thing, I'm not going to do it again. Especially when I speak it out and say, Augusta, sometimes I stand in front of the mirror and look at myself and tell myself things. Augusta, you see this thing? You're not going to do it again. And I won't do it again. Not just that, I can go to the mirror and say, Augusta, you see this issue? We are going to fight it. We are going to win. We are going to come out victorious. Augusta, you see this week? You're going through this week and you're not going to be weak. You're not going to be tired. Augusta, you see this challenge? You're going to pass through it. It is a mountain before you. If you cannot go over, you go across. You go, you know, if you cannot pass through the top, you pass through the side. Augusta, you see this? You're going. So I speak to myself just the way I speak. If you ask me, hello, how are you? I say, I'm blessed. If you have ever spoken to me, that's the way I respond. Whoever you are, whether you be a government worker, whoever you are, when you say, hello, good morning, how are you today? I say, I'm blessed, thank you. How are the kids? Oh, they are doing fine, they are blessed, thank God. I keep releasing blessing upon my life. I can't remember when I started saying that, but that when they call you now and say, how are you? You say, fine. No, I'm more than fine, I'm blessed. How are you? I'm blessed. How are the kids? They are blessed. They've gone to school. How are you all doing? We are doing fine. We give God the glory. I'll not be religious. I'll not be a religious person. But I know God. I know God. I have a relationship with God. I know who He is. I know how He speaks to me. I know how God talks to me. I may not be a prophet, but God speaks to me. I know how He speaks. When I sit, I say, oh, this is God. He speaks to me through dream. My instincts. When I dream and I see something in the dream, everybody close to me knows that my dream is real. Before my mother died, I dreamt of it. Before my father died, I dreamt of it. A lot of things. Something as simple as me forgetting my key in the car, or if I dream and see it, I am extremely careful and I pray about it. Because I know it may, if I don't pray about it, it will come to pass. Vivid description. Vivid description. I will tell you the color of the clothes. I will tell you how the person was dressed. I will tell you the physique, how the person was looking. Is it slim? Is it tall? God speaks to me. So when you come to me and say, God said, I will tell God, God, confirm it. And He will confirm it if it was God that spoke to you. When I wanted to have my son, I went for a scan. They said it's a girl. I said, God, I asked for a boy. I prayed and I walked for a boy. I did all I could for a boy. I sold. I gave to charities. I gave to motherless babies home. I prayed. I gave offering. Yes, the fetus in my tummy was giving offering. I said, God is a boy. But I did scan 3 times and the doctor said 3 times that is a girl. Queen's Clinic, Abuja. Say it's a girl. The last time I argued with the doctor. I said, no, he's a boy. He said, all this one now, God thing. I said, you can't ask the junior doctor, what can you see? He said, it's a girl. I said, it's a boy. When I went to the, I'm digressing, but we need to hear this. When I went to the market to get stuff for my unborn child, the woman at Wuse Market, Abuja, she said, are you buying for a boy or for a girl? I said, it's a boy. Did you do scan? I said, yeah. Is it a boy? I said, it's a boy. I said, I don't mind what they say, but I'm buying for a boy. She said, why not you just buy neutral so that in case it's a girl or a boy, I said, it's a boy. And then when I left, I said, God, I will not be embarrassed. When this child comes out, and this child comes out as a girl, I will wear her the boys' things that I bought. People will not laugh at me. It will be you. So God, Please don't let it happen. People cannot laugh at you. When this was where I was going to, when the doctor said it was a girl, I went back. I did not even pray. I said it to myself. I just say it. I said, God, you showed me, because I've dreamt and saw a blue towel. I saw in my dream that I was buying a blue towel. And then I said to God, I said, you showed me a blue towel. The doctors are saying, it's a girl. Please confirm your word. I dreamt. I don't know if it was that day or subsequently, but I shall dreamt. It's still vivid in my brain, and my child is 11 now. He's going to 12. But that dream is still here. In the dream, I was giving birth. The midwife, a dark lady, she was supporting me to give birth to my son, my child. And when the child came out, she said, it's a boy. I said, matron, look at it very well. Is he a boy or a girl? The doctor said it's going to be a girl. She said, it's a boy. Look at the scrotum. That was what she said. That was the word she said. She said, it's a boy. Look at the scrotum. And then I opened my eyes. I looked around me. It was a dream. I went back to sleep. And I gave birth to a boy. The day my father died, 2 nights before I lost my father. 2 nights before I lost my father, I had a dream. There was an accident. My uncle came out from the truck. My father was a big, what's it called? A trailer driver. A truck. Is it truck now or trailer? Trailer, the big one now, those DAF, those big ones. My uncle used to work with my father, my mother's brother. So in that dream, my uncle came out from the truck. I didn't see my father, but I saw my uncle came down from the truck. He was wearing a shorts, combat shorts, like a greenish one, not very good, like mint gray. He came out, he stood out, and he was shocked, and he was looking at the vehicle, was like, you know, but I didn't see my father. So I was like, oh, because my uncle was not with my father again. Like now, he's no longer, he wasn't working with my father anymore, but there was a time he was working with my father, like he was learning how to drive at the trade. I won't say how to drive, but the trade. So I was like, I was heavily pregnant with my first child. So I was like, uncle got an accident. What's happening? Okay, well, he came out alive. 2 days later, I was called that my father had an accident. That it was serious. They didn't tell me that he died on the spot. They said it was serious. Immediately, my mind went back to that dream. So when my sister was not telling me how it happened, because she was the one that went there to like take him and took him to the mortuary and every other thing, she said it was the motor boy, as in the boy that was working with him, that called her. When it happened, because the motor boy had my sister's number, I was no longer with them, I was already married. The motor boy came out from the vehicle and called my sister to say, Daddy has had an accident. That was my uncle that I saw, who came out from the vehicle and was surprised and was looking at the truck in my dream. My dreams comes true. So I know when God is speaking to me. When God said, do this, He's saying, do this. So if I commit adultery, if I do the things I'm not supposed to, especially sexual sin, I believe it will hinder my prayer. I believe it will hold the hands of God from releasing His blessings upon my life. Sweetheart, I'm so blessed. Oh God, I'm so blessed. If you're going through a challenge in your marriage, if you're going through a challenge, because I heard that married women, they do it a lot with their bosses. Trust, see, the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and every other thing will be added. Trust in God first. Believe God first. God, you said this. He said, hold me by my words. There is nothing that will happen that have not happened in the Bible days. Go and look for your problem. Look for your challenge. Look for something that is similar to your case in the Bible. And hold Him. Hold Him with His word and say, God, you said this. I've stayed too long. I've got to go. You've said this concerning your word. About me, you said this. Lord, prove your word. Prove your word in my life. But before you can go to God, you must come with clean hands. Lady, please stop. Stop. You don't have an excuse to commit that kind of sin. No excuse. Your husband is not touching you. Girl, you have to, you don't have a choice but to tame your body until you are on the track again. After my marriage, I could stay for years without being intimate. People don't believe it. I talk say you never do. See, you can condition your body. What did we talk say you never do? Must you do? No, you must not do. It depends on what you want. See, a man can just do if they want to. But a woman, I believe, it takes stages. A woman don't commit adultery by mistake. It is you who open the door. It is you who break the edge and let the people who say they just committed adultery by mistake. You cannot commit adultery by mistake. You cannot have sexual sin by mistake. Don't say that. You start by talking to the person, then you're creating a bond. You're creating a bond. You're talking to the person, and gradually you start getting close to the person, and gradually you start being in secluded area with the person, and you know that you're being starved. You're vulnerable. You're being starved of this thing, and you somehow you see if somebody is going through emotional problem, emotional stress, emotional whatever. When the person put up a post, I know, I will just say, this person is going through a challenge. I know, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. If you want to have victory like me, if you want God's blessings like mine, if you want to always smile in your challenges like me, I've gone through a lot. Shit, God. I've gone through a lot, but in all of it, the Lord keeps bringing me out. He keeps bringing me out. I go dance in the rain, and the Lord give me sunshine. He gives me summer. He gives me blossoming flowers. I can't thank him enough. If you want to be like me, if you want to have those things, if you want God to keep smiling, if you want grace, if you want mercy to keep speaking for you, if you want blessings of the Lord to keep pursuing you, to keep chasing you and overtaking you and engulfing you, you have to love God. Not just those prayers. See, I'm not a prayer warrior. I pray, but I'm not a prayer warrior. I skip prayers like you. I'm not a prayer warrior, but my heart is pure. My heart is clean. If you want God to be there for you when you call, when you say, Father, show yourself strong, then dear friend, come to God with clean hands. Come to God with a pure heart. Not that you are using bad mind to be planning against that man because he has done something to you. See, my heart is pure. Before my eyes, I have never, and we never, thought of any evil thing against that man. In fact, God forbid bad thing, I hear that man is sick today. I will do fasting and prayer. Yes. I will fast and I will pray for him, for nothing to happen to him. Has he treated me bad? Yes. Is he still treating me bad? Yes. I don't have child support. I take care of my kids myself. There is no child support. There is nothing. But I will still not wish my ex death. I will still not wish him bad. Oh, but you say, oh, but you guys are in court. Yes. His kids must have what they deserve. His kids must have what they deserve. The Bible says, walk and pray. While you're praying, you're walking. David asked God, should I pursue? Should I overtake? Should I recover all? And the Lord gave him, yes, say, go, pursue, overtake, and recover. There was a time I decided to say, you know what, I'm tired of this whole court thing. I just want to call this man and say, you know what, I am tired, I am not doing it again. But again, I look at him and say, oh, he was the one that actually dragged me to court. So I can't even say I'm not going because he dragged me there. Sometimes the God gives you opportunity to go pursue. Recover your what belongs to you, recover it. The Lord gives you the liberty to do it. Don't be bitter to the extent that you want to poison that person. Don't be bitter to the extent that you want bad thing to always happen to that person. God will not just allow bad thing happen to that person because it's you, because the person has done you wrong. Then God will say, okay, because you have done my daughter wrong, oh, because you have done Alice wrong, you are going to buy the lie, oh. Now lie, God does not do it that way. God is the way he loves you as his child. That is the same way he loves that person as his child. He is our Father. I've got 4 children. I will not say because one have done something wrong, let me just buy that one because he did something wrong to this one. No. I will chastise the child. And I will say to the child, don't do that again. Don't ever let that happen again. But because I love all of them, I wouldn't want anyone to go. I wouldn't want anyone to go. I've said a lot. I've said a lot this morning. I didn't plan to spend 40 minutes here. Already I've spent 32 minutes on this video. So guys, I've got to go. I'll see you guys again. We'll talk some other time. But for now, sweetheart, stop that relationship with that man. Stop that intimacy. Stop that closeness. Don't break the edge and don't let the serpent bite. The serpent can be very, 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 what's it called? His venom can be very, very bad. So be careful. Be clean. Be safe. Have a nice day. Love you.